All right. Howdy, everybody. It's time for another Friday with Frank. Yeah, it's Fridays with Frank. Weekly now. Q and AMA session. And I have adjusted how I have my microphone. So we'll see how well this goes. First off, big shout out to everybody hanging out there. Glad to see y'all in there. Hopefully, all the notifications went out just fine and all that. I think they should have by now. I'll start with this. Oh, wrong screen. Turn that one off. There we go. That's better. Uh, if you want to join in on the audio side of things, hop into my Discord and go to livestream-chat. Make sure you have a PTT set, though. That way you take turns and whatnot talking and all that. So if you need to set your PTT, you come into your settings, voice and video, and right down here where it says push to talk, you edit your keybind and you go in and do that, and then you can talk. You can talk here, you can talk there, you can talk everywhere. So, with that, let's see, I have that done. Hey, Chris, good to see you in there. I saw Kelly in there. I saw Troy in there. I saw Flab in there. Hi, Flab. Good to see you in there. Of course, Mitch, U1Q. So, Mitch, to give you an idea of what I did last night, normally I'm up on the microphone like this. I took it to let's see. Can I do this? I took it to way over here. And then I finally settled on right about here. So that's what that was all about last night after the NorCal swap, which, by the way, went without a hitch. Shh, don't tell anyone. But, yeah, I'm happy about that one. For the two of you over on Twitch, thank you very much. I absolutely love it. Appreciate it. Thanks for watching from over there. For those on Twitch, you are going to, at the end of this, as long as they're still streaming, and they probably will be, you're going to get dropped off to GPTV because they're playing Left 4 Dead 2, and it is, let's see here, can I do this right? It is currently Nikki's birthday today. So, even if you don't do much gaming or anything, go over there and tell Nikki happy birthday and tell him Frank's Rails sent you. Let's see. There's their link, so I'll do that real quick. Let's see. Suggest moving your chat pop-up window to the bottom of the screen. Seems your Discord name is pinned to the top. Yeah, I've been playing with stuff here, so that's an idea. Let's see, can I select the right thing here? There we go. But then you get cut off part of my body. Oh, see, that's why you're not seeing things, Brian. Hold on, let's fix that. There we go. Now chat is where it's supposed to be. So, and this little pop-up here, this is that I'm moving around now. This is Discord audio. So if you were to come into Discord, it would come up there. Let's see. I got the X and C axis alignment close. Y could move slightly, but you're 180 off your or rotation on axis A. Sure, Jason. Whatever you say. Yeah. Let's see. Move the mouse back down here. the moose with the... No, yeah, I better be careful how I say things. But, yeah, let's... Here, we'll shrink that down. I'm upside down. What do you mean I'm upside down, Jason? How am I upside down? I know, Jason, turn your phone the other way. I think that's a user error moment because I'm looking at both Twitch and YouTube, and I'm right side up. So, oh yeah, see, joking, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, Flab, I'm wearing gravity boots. I'm hanging from the ceiling, just letting things all hang out and all that. Absolutely. Hey, Mike, the angle of the dangle is inversely proportional to the heat of the meat. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. uh, Jeez, we got everybody in here tonight. So, it is Fridays with Frank, aka Q and AMA. So, feel free to drop your fun questions or any questions, and let's see what. Let's see what you got for me tonight. Jason, I think he did. I think he done gone calling me some meat. Absolutely. I mean, I am meaty. That is not, yeah. Yeah, yes, okay. But it should be right to left, right, Brian? I mean, everything else is backwards, right? Hey, Flab remembers the Snackometer Danger Zone. Deploy caffeine. Speaking of which, if you put in, let's see if I do this one right tonight. If you put in bang commands, come on, is it going to behave? There we go. There's all the commands. Now, granted, for some reason the spacing doesn't work, so there's all the commands you can use here. So have fun with that. I'm still trying out a few things to see what else I can do. Oh, I know you're not, Mike. I know. We're as the hip kids like to say, Mike, these days, we're Gucci. Let's see. Is it alcohol here tonight? Nope, no alcohol, just plain old H2O. Let's see. Hey, Dave, good to see you. Let's see. Make Frank bark. Sorry, that's not a command. Sorry, Jason. Oh, Mike, you bring up a very good point here. So I may have found out what. Well, no, I'm not the one that found it out, but there's a general consensus among the community as to what 6-7 means. If we look at the periodic table of elements, and we come down here. What is? Let's see. Let's get really up in here, shall we? 6-7 is ho. Could we have solved the new hip mystery? Maybe. Oh, okay. So yeah, we'll see what we'll see what the chat thinks about that, and we'll go from there. But yeah, apparently it might mystery revealed. Who knows? Oh, you have an unreleased 6-7 Balfang video that made the kids cringe and could break the interwebs. We'll see what happens with that. Oh, does it, Flab? Is that what it is? Okay. So there you have it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm all caught up there. That's all caught up. That's all good. So, let's see here. My power is low. Insert snacks to continue. Unfortunately, Brian, tonight I have no snacks to nothing to eat, nothing fun to have tonight. So, no snackage here tonight, at least. Let's see here. Yeah, yes, exactly, Don. Name 10 elements on the periodic chart. Sec, Con, Brett, Fist. Love it. How you doing, Don? Oh, yeah. We don't talk about we don't talk about Ohio here. No, not nar. We don't talk about no Ohio here. Yeah, this time it's my own damn fault, Brian. I was just too lazy to pick up some snacks to have around for ASMR. ASMR snack time. Let's see. Wow, no one wants to type out after midnight Frank ASMR. I know Prep Ham Paul is gonna hate it if that gets typed out. Anyway, so let's hang out. Let's ask some questions. Let's see if people can stump me here. While we're waiting for that, let me flip over here. Oh, where is it? Where is that screen? Oh, do I not have it on here? No, I do. Why is that not showing up? That's interesting. So this screen right above me here. Okay. Oh well. Come back over here for now. Paul, I think you're safe. No one wants to type in that long command. How much does a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Good question, Chris. I do believe they came up with I think it's something like a metric butt ton of wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood. I think that's what the final answer became eventually there. So, yeah, there you go. That's the let's see. What antennas have I used for 60, 80, and 160? Mike, my infed half wave from Par Infeds, and I may or may not have used Poseidon on a couple of those bands, and not maybe used a little bit too much power with it. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Hey, Cooley, good to see you. So I've used two different antennas for it for those three bands, and I've had fun on them. Well, just a little bit of fun. Let's see. Woodchuck wood. Yes, not could chuck wood. Absolutely. How much does a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Woodchuck wood. Wood could chug. Yeah, wood could chuck wood. There we go. When is my next field POTA activation? Well, every POTA activation is a field POTA activation, isn't it, Brian? The next one? That's a good question, actually. I mean, I'm looking at the radio here, and I really want to get out, and I want to get some POTA in. I did see Simon. He was apparently out today, so my ham alert popped up with his. I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, I have 4 days off each week, but they are so swamped with everything that I'm like, by the time I'm done, I'm like, I'm too tired to go to the park. So I've never been able to do anything. Graceful. Boo. Hi, Graceful. How are you doing? Yeah, I may or may not have overkilled it on 60, 80, and 160 mic with the Poseidon. I may or may not have. Yeah, the core may or may not look like complete burnt toast. Flab is my 710 backup. Technically... Oh, it's hidden behind chat. Let me fix that. Technically, it's always up, but it's disconnected. There's no antenna connected to it, as you can see. No antenna. Between the RFI at home and still having the AFCI breaker issue, I have not been able to play HF at home. So, yeah, it's always up. It's just not working. Okay, so he was on 10, 15, 20, and 40. So you got him on 10, 15, and 20 then, Don? So, Brian, my house is so close to the Poda Park here that it might as well be my backyard almost. Let me... Let's come over here. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just going to be able to... Oh, I know. Let's use the proper map that shows... Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, there we go. Podomap.us. Let's bring this up. Zoom right into the lake. Okay, come on, show me. There we go. Now we get the blue outlines. So that little tiny blue dot right there, right there, that little tiny blue dot, that's my house, and there's the edge of the Poda Park. It's a 5-minute drive up and over the hill. So, and yeah, the hill goes. I'm at 400 feet above sea level. It goes up to about 1,600. So, yeah, it's pretty much my backyard, Brian. Let's see here. No, there's some Poda activations. There's swamp Poda activations. Some Poda activations are beach Podas. Not all Poda activations are in fields. Yeah, that is true, Jason. Absolutely. Well, Graceful, I don't know what's happening on ham radio. I'm just out here having fun. Yeah, I'm just out here having fun. Mike, I could, sort of, except there's no cell service in the park. Absolutely none. Not even a bar, not even a little tiny bar to get cell service out to make a spot happen. So I have to use SodaMate to do that. Hey, other Dave's in here. The Hillbilly Ham. How you doing, Dave? Let's see here. Don's worked Costa Rica on 160 with the Delta Loop. Is that before? That's after you moved to the new place, right? Where the noise floor is like an S0, right? Yeah? Yeah, Don? Okay. Let's see here. Who was the QRM on the NorCal SwapNet this week? What QRM, Brian? There was none. There was none whatsoever. It was great. Well, you missed the swap. Okay, well, that's okay. Yeah, I know you were singing your heart out, weren't you? You doing the choir thing last night, weren't you? And that's absolutely cool. That's fantastic. Hey, Mark's in the chat. Did I hear Boondock Echo? Yeah, I think I did. Hi, Mark. All right, let's see. Don's that close to his park, and he hasn't been in almost a year. Yeah, I haven't been. So if I go to my activations, the last time I was out there, let's switch back over here. My activations. Last time I was out there was 731, 720, and 719 as Club Call K7 SPR. So let's just boink that in a little bit. These three right here. Yeah, that was the last time. So, the end of July. So it's been a minute. Absolutely. Let's clear that up real quick. Yes, there are BLM lands on the POTA list. Absolutely. Couple places I like in Nevada and Southern California are POTA parks that are BLM land. You just have to look for the right stuff, that's all. Yeah, now, Mark, if only you were like within that, 82 vertical feet mark of that soda, you could walk out off your property and activate soda once a year. Oh, yeah, Hot Springs Road is the name of that road, Don, and it has a ton of switchbacks, mostly at the beginning. Yeah, mostly just at the beginning here. So, it gets gnarly sometimes going over the hill during the winter. But, yeah, let's see. Do, 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 do. And then come back over here. Yeah, just a few switchbacks there. Let's, let me measure that, or directions to here. That way you can see it a little better. Yeah, just a few. Just a few. Absolutely. Now, I saw in here somewhere, Graceful 4, you actually have a ham question. Was it about the POTA Parks and BLM land or something else? So, what you do is if you put question or question in the chat like that, it'll highlight it for me and I'll see it easier. Because I'm special like that. Let's see. Flab has okay, the antenna, and then you have TS440 having clarity issues. I believe it's antenna setup issues. If it isn't, I'm thinking a 710. What negatives for it? What kind of clarity issues are you talking about there? Now, if you want, to come on for voice, feel free to drop in live stream chat in my server, and you can come on and talk directly to me, but it goes out over YouTube as well. So, what kind of clarity issues? As far as negatives for the 710 go, not a whole lot. It's a pretty solid radio. Granted, they had a bunch of revisions. They started with the FTDX 101, and they went to the FTDX 10, or maybe I have those two backwards, and then they did the 710. So there you go. Wait, Mike, you actually live in a POTA park? Wow, I wish I could be that lucky. Yeah, I'm a little behind here, absolutely. Let's see here. You had your first activation last week. Your Elmer has a 7000 mobile and a ham stick for the bed of his truck. That was a sweet setup. Pulled in, screwed in the stick, and away we went. Absolutely. Now, depending upon the height of the stick there, why doesn't he just keep it on all the time? Just play 20 meters while driving down the road. Any tips on tuning a hamstick dipole that's easier than to measure both whips every adjustment? Get it as close as you can. Take a Sharpie, make a little mark, set it, and that's called the set it and forget it mode. Make a Sharpie mark where it's measured out properly, and that way you just go, whoop, and you go, oh, there's the Sharpie mark. Let me bring it in an inch back to the Sharpie mark. Or, oh, I'm 4 inches away. Let me bring it in, whatever. That way it's quickly done. Oh, see, Mike and I were thinking the same. I hadn't even read that far down the chat yet. But, yeah, Sharpie stick, absolutely helps. Oh, man, you guys are great tonight. Let's see here. Hey, Lee. You tune the two sticks as monopole but slightly apart, then installs a dipole, widens bandwidth. Yeah, that's one way to do it. Absolutely. High static and not pulling in stations very well. Is the coax good? Is it good known run a coax? That would be starting point. I would also say lately with the band conditions we've been in, a lot of static is to be expected. So, yeah, do with that with what you will. I have the 101 backwards. It's actually 101. So wait, the 101 is the 101 is the... Paul, you're making no sense. It's the 10 and then the 101 and then the 710? See, the problem with that is we have a 101 US route 101, so it just confuses me all the way around. You did use it on Club Superintendent it worked well. Okay. Yeah, just keep trying. If you don't like it, find someone with a 710, hook everything up, and see if it changes anything. If not, it's just band conditions. That's how I look at it. Oh, here's the ICOM fanboy call out. Yes, the 710 is a nice radio. The 7300 is definitely nice as well. Honestly, I've been using the once dropped 7300 a little more often than the 710. But the 710 is mostly the shack radio, and right now it's buried beneath the 9700, so it's a little harder to pull out now. So there you go. No, I'm absolutely serious about leaving the hamstick on the truck. As long as it doesn't hit overpasses, or if he goes through drive-thrus and they have a clearance marker, as long as it doesn't break off on those, you can leave a 20-meter hamstick on the car and work 20 meters. I mean, if the radio has a good enough tuner to it, you might be able to work 15 and 10 on it as well. So, no, leave that 20-meter on there and have, now if it's like a big 17-foot extended whip, yeah, you're going to have a little bit issues. But if it's one of the shorties, go for it. Have fun. Do I get any points for activating on the lake? Well, Troy, no, not with POTA. But there are islands on the air. So if you're in an IOTA in a POTA, then you're two activations, IOTA and POTA. So, and that lake, well, you know that lake, it's, islands will pop up and disappear. But it has to be in the IOTA program, absolutely. So, there you go. Yeah, Paul, you say everything just to confuse me. Absolutely. Mike, Brian, I don't know if he lives in emergency mode on the 7300, because that's, 25 watts of output? I mean, I know Mike likes QRP, but I mean, that's, yeah. And Don has a good point here, Flab. Go from a hamstick to an ATOS 120. Not an RTOS, not a DTOS, which would be interesting, but an ATOS 120. And yes, I know I say it. It sounds like ATOSS, but it's ATAS 120. That's lots of fun. That or a Tar Heel if you don't care. If you want to manually screw around with stuff, Tar Heel and be done with it. But if you want, the Yaesu radio with the Yaesu antenna and just push a button and you're done, the ATOS 120 works. I don't know about that, Mike. I really don't know because I've had both in the field like you. I've had both at home. But for me, I like the compactability of the 710 versus the 7300 for POTA stuff because it's smaller, it's more compact. It seems to have a slightly better receiver. Never mind the fact that it's newer. It seems to have a slightly better receiver. So, oh well, see, Flab, you don't. Okay, yeah, okay, Amazon, yeah, okay. Well, just remember, with that one, you get what you pay for, especially coming from Amazon. So it's okay if it works. Uh, as far as M&P goes, you can get that from what is it, Gigaparts? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Gigaparts or DX Engineering, one of the two. Uh, and you don't have to wait for it directly unless you get it very very customized. Yeah, Troy, I got that 7300. Yeah, the once dropped 7300. Absolutely. Yeah, Don, we know you're not a fan of the OVF light. Absolutely. Let's see here. All his whips. It's about 7 to 8 feet, mounted on his bed's top. Yeah, okay. You might be close to hitting an overpass or two, especially if they're a smaller overpass. But yeah, that's you know an, an ATOS 120, or just have the ham stick on there and have fun with it. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. What about an island park on a mountain? Is that could be possible actually? Because it's so the island has to be in the IOTA program, and then it has to be within the Parks on the Air program, but the island itself also has to be the summit of the mountain. That's a good one, Matt. That's a good one. Absolutely. Let's see. Yes, Jason, Tar Heel. Yes. For the longest time, Tar Heel Mini. Absolutely. All day, every day. But the ATOS 120 is 10 times better. I'm not going to say 100 times better. 10 times better for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, but Don, how much extra junk do you have to bring out with you? The NUC computer, the keyboard, the mouse, the 15.6 USB-C operated HDMI monitor, all the cables and such. It starts to add up compared to just the 710 and my phone, and that's an Apple iPhone. You know. Hey, John, good to see you in here. Glad to see you in there. Yes, use code KAMRD at checkout for Gigaparts. Absolutely. Is it K8MRD or is it K8MRD 10 now? I always forget. But yeah. Try both. See what happens. Let's see here. ABR Industries, absolutely. They have some decent coax for sure. And they're all American made. Well, all US made. Let me because the Canadian said it, let me make sure I get it right. They are all US made. Absolutely. Let's see here. Hey, wait a second. Not like it matters, unlike other people, but someone said I was right. Cool. The 710 does have a better receiver. Yeah, I wish the 710 had the emergency mode like the 7300. That is the one thing, Mike, that I would say I would like to have on 7300 or something like that. Let's see here. Leave what on my car and know where I park. Huh, Mark? What? Huh? What? Let's see. How about an island on a lake, which is on an island, which is in a lake? Yes, Jason, the ultimate island and an island and an island and an island conundrum. Yes, actually, and that actually does exist. So, Flab, that code KAMRD gets you. I think it's 10% off everything at M&P, and it doubles the points now. Is it double or something? Gigaparts just redid their whole program. Unfortunately, I'm not part of it yet. Um, so yeah, it gets you a little bit of a discount. Absolutely. Hey, Eric, good to see you. It's been a while. Let's see here. Is it the islands in the stream? Is that what we are? No one in between? How can we... Paul, you're trying to have me sing lyrics now. Boy, oh boy. Paul, that only happens... That's only going to happen now when that number reaches at least 5,000. So, yeah. It's going to be a while. Yeah, I want to see how the MK2, the Mark II is when it comes out. Absolutely. Oh, Mark, that is such a good question. Oh, I'm sorry, but that question scratches the brain itch for me. Why aren't FRS and GMRS tones standard across manufacturers? Because no one can agree on what a standard is, Mark. My standard is different than your standard, which is different than Don's standard, which is different than Mike's standard, which is different than Matt's standard. Yeah, it's that's the ultimate answer. There's no standard for standards. Although Motorola put out a standards list decades ago, nobody really follows it. So there you go. That's oh, leave my ATOS on the car and let me okay. Mark, you have to come up to Northern California first. That's the first part of that. You'd have to come up to Northern California. uh let's see. If I want subs, don't promise to sing or perform ASMR. You know, Paul, some people like that. That's the weird thing about it. Some people like it when you burst out into random song or random ASMR moments. It's like it's a brain itch for them. It makes them feel good or something. So there you go. Yeah, your company loves all the standards, Jason. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. Absolutely. Keyword weird. Okay, yeah, Chat is just rolling tonight, Paul, so what I said 5 seconds ago, I probably already forgot. I mean, I just talked about the ASMR and singing, but yeah. So, there you have it. Don, what rate... Don, at this point, I think it's easier to ask you which radios do you not have? I think that's the easier question at this point. Oh, the Evo connectors, legit. They're not hype. It's absolutely legit. It's nice and easy. You can swap out, say you have a BNC to a BNC and you need PL259 to BNC, you just swap out one end and boom, you're done. So you have one cable that can do 15 things. So there you go. Oh yeah, absolutely, Matt. Would an infed work at the tip is at 25 to 30 feet? Absolutely. So when you say the tip, you're talking about the transformer box or the other end of the wire. Either way, yes, absolutely. Because when I had my infed up, the transformer box was at about 25. No, it was at 20 feet. It went upwards across the yard to about 30 feet. It went across a drainage ditch at 30 feet, and then it sloped back down gradually along the fence line to 25 feet. So, yeah, absolutely. You definitely can make it work. Let's see here. You don't have a 7850. Okay, fair enough. Do you have the 7760? That's yeah. Do you have that one? We Jason, that's a bet that no one can win because we all know Don doesn't have a 7300 anymore. We already know that. Like he got rid of the 7300 as soon as he. Oh, okay, I stand corrected. Don does still have a 7300. The two things he hates connected to each other: a 7300 to a Mac. Yeah, Jason, I would have lost two, absolutely. And no 7760. Okay. See, the list of radios you don't have, Dawn, is a lot smaller than the list of radios you do have. So there you go. You just proved my point. Current node or voltage node? What, for the infed, Mitch? Mine was a 49 to 1 Ballon. I don't know what Matt has. So, there you have it. Let's see. No, he hasn't. That's interesting. Okay. So if you are on BLM land, can you activate and put it on the map? Okay, so Graceful, for POTA to work, the park already has to have a designator in the POTA program. So it's not, you go out to some BLM land, you call CQ POTA, and then you submit it to database. No, it has to be on the database first, and then you can go out and activate it. So if I go back to the POTA map, click the right thing over here. And I am going to use Nevada for this because Nevada has the largest concentration of BLM land out there for us. So if I were to come up here to the Black Rock Desert Wilderness, all of this is BLM land, literally all of this, even this little tail here, all of this blue here is BLM land, and they are POTA parks designated by the yellow dots. And if you wonder if it is or not, this map pulls from the POTA database, so you know it's good. So yeah, any of these you can absolutely go out and activate, but it has to already be in the POTA system. Absolutely. Yes, you can submit an area to POTA. So what you have to do, here, I'll just come back over here. So what you have to do is let's use, because, oh no, Graceful, you haven't been there before. Why is this not resetting? Thank you. But the POTA park that I activate, my home park, I had to find the map. So I had to find, the web page for the operating entity. In this case, it's California Department of Fish and Wildlife. I had to find the map. I had to then, go into the map and go, okay, well, the accessible point for this would be off of Hot Springs Road, which it is. I would then go into the POTA system, email the regional coordinator for that area. For California, we have one regional coordinator for the whole state. And you go, here's the map, and you send a copy of this map. Here's the website showing all the information, times open, restrictions, etc., that previous page. So you send them this page, and then if they see that it's legit, it qualifies, they will add it and give it the next sequential number in the POTA system. So Lake Sonoma is, it's this huge lake, and there's, Liberty Glen area, the public boat ramp, there's a whole bunch of stuff here, but only the wildlife area qualifies for POTA because the rest of the lake is controlled by the Army Corps of Engineers, which POTA, depending upon which state you're in, either lets you have them in or doesn't let Army Corps of Engineers stuff in. So it all depends. So no, wrong button, Frank. So there you go. You wait, hold on. Don't ever ask the coordinator at a park. I got told off for the one for here. Really? That's odd, because I went straight to my state coordinator. The state coordinator listed in the POTA website, Matt, and sent him an email. Here. Let's come back over here. Let me reset this. I'm actually we're in honor of Izzo, I'm going to say, we're going to go to the Google. POTA map representatives. You click that. You click United States if you're in the U.S. And so I know you are in New York, Matt, so yours would be Karl Heinz Kramer, or K5KHK. So you click on that, and it takes you right to his QRZ page, and you send them an email, and you you give them the information that I just did, for a new park, and they'll do it. I've personally, and granted it's California, so take it for what it's worth, I've never had an issue. I've submitted a couple in Nevada, and I've never had an issue either. So that's a very odd thing. Absolutely. That's odd. Let's see. Okay, so chat's helping you out there a little bit too. Only, Jason, only if you operate during Burning Man. And Good catch there. Yes, Black Rock is where Burning Man happens. So, yeah, it's legitimately a POTA park, and you can activate during. There are hams at Burning Man, among other events held out there on the playa. Absolutely. Wait, how am I making a wonderful case against POTA here, Jason? This is what we've been talking about for a few minutes here now. Uh, let's see here. For the last 7 minutes, that's just how to submit a park. If you know of a park and whatnot, then yeah, that's a side hobby of POTA. Absolutely. So no, POTA is fun. Get out and POTA. Don't do a big gym thing and just sit and hunt. I mean, of course, hunt. Us activators need the hunters, but yeah, I think POTA is a great program. So, Graceful, if you're thinking of a park that you know of that counts, now, granted, it has to be a state or federal government type park. Uh, it can't be a city or county park. It can't be one of those. Uh, yeah, go right ahead. I will say this because you do have my contact information. Send me the info first. Let me take a look at it just so that you know, just so I have an idea and I could go, oh yeah, that absolutely without a doubt. Or I can be like, well, look a little deeper on something. So, uh, database everyone can pull from. Yeah, the POTA database. Each state map representative just, for the most part, you submit the information and that information is then verified. They read over everything, they look at the map, and either they agree with you or they don't. And if they don't agree with you, it doesn't become a park. Dawn, so I submitted Lake Sonoma, and I had done so before they shut things down. But I'd submitted Lake Sonoma when they reopened things up. Not even 36 hours later, it was in the system. And that was just after they got over the 10,000 mark, because it's 10403. So, oh man, you guys are really on top of it. I love it. Yeah, Graceful. It is all handled by volunteers, absolutely. And Don has a good point here, Matt. If you're on the K5YVY Discord, contact Steve AFL via private chat and talk to him about it. Let's see. I said if you're in the U.S., what if you're in California? Jason, much to the chagrin of the rest of the nation, we're still part of the U.S. for now. And I plan to get out of here before that ship sails. Okay, so there you go, map. There you go, Matt. Yeah. Uh, talk to Mike offline. That's what I'm gonna say. Talk to Mike offline. Yeah, that's true, Don. QRZ only works to see details if you're paid. Wait, no, it doesn't. Because I'm not. For the longest time, I was not a paid member, and I could still see all the details. You just have to be logged in order to get the details. Good morning, Pepe. Good to see ya. Jason, I know you're teasing about California, but trust me, I've heard it all, and I agree with most of it. We have, and this is as far as I'll go with it, we have gorgeous scenery. It is the stupids that run the place that have ruined it. Yeah, Brian, he absolutely loves to be a POTA hunter. Yeah, his high power station, all 1,500 Italian kilowatts. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, okay. So Matt, yeah, uh if there already lands inside an already done park, then yeah, it's all probably all considered part of that. But what's weird is I have parks, Black Rock is one of them, where there is a park within the park, but they should be a setup like that. Everything, everything in Park 2 should be part of Park One's designator, but they're not. So it's all random. All right, 73 Cooley, good to see you out there. That's there. W WDW. Okay, what's Jason? What's WDW? I don't know that. I don't know that acronym. For once, you guys have stumped me. I don't know what WDW is. Mike, you have a good point there. Jim did jump out of a plane with parachute cheeses, aka Carlos. So who knows? He might do a Soda QRP with Adam or even Mark with Soda Plus before we know it. Absolutely. Oh well, yeah, because it's not a park, Jason. It's not a government, state or federal government owned property. Now, if the state of Florida or the U.S. government owned it, absolutely. And Brian is surprisingly, it's not L.A. County that messes it up. It is not L.A. County. Oh no. Okay, Graceful Four. Are these guys in California or U.S. wide? What do you mean? The POTA coordinators? They're U.S. wide, so they're all over the place. Okay, these guys. Who's these guys? Graceful. You got to give me a crumb of context, please. Just a little bit. But yeah, each state has their own coordinator. Absolutely. Let's see here. Yeah. Well, Mark, he's never going to see the tag. I mean, he probably sees it, but he's probably not going to see it. Yeah. 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 Brian, Mark's in L.A. County. I think he takes a little bit of an offense to that, but I know Mark. He has thick skin. uh, yeah, they it technically is a park, but it's not a park in the state or federal system setup. That's the catch. Is it has to be like fish and game, a wildlife refuge. It's stuff like that. Prime example: California State Railroad Museum and Old Sacramento State Historic Park. So all of Old Sacramento is a POTA park. The California State Railroad Museum is a POTA park. And if you activate from a certain point in the Old Sacramento State Park, you are also within the California State Railroad Museum boundary. So it is a twofer. Now, there is a secret third option, but not a lot of people have found it, and it's tricky. I'm going to leave it at that. So, yeah. These guys, not use guys, use ums, yeah. Dave, I'm sure there's a few things you miss about Cali. I could probably guess about four of them off the top of my head, but they aren't necessarily stream appropriate. How about a parking lot? So, yes, as long as the parking lot is within the POTA park, As long as it's within the park boundaries, you're good. So, like when I go over to Lake Sonoma, it's technically Yorty Creek boat ramp. That's the official name for that area. The whole parking lot, including the boat ramp, the picnic tables, all of it, is within the POTA Park. So if I want to, I can just sit in the car and activate. So there you go. That's it. One word says it all about LA County, Brentwood. Yeah, I didn't think there was a Brentwood in LA County. I only know a Brentwood in Contra Costa County. So, and that Brentwood and Cocoa is highfalutin, sort of. Um, it's Pittsburgh Bay Point that you really want to watch out for. That's where you want to look out for in Contra Costa County. Okay, so I had to look it up. We're talking potatoes at this point. Brentwood in SoCal is, oh, how do I put this? That's like saying the Mission District of San Francisco is San Francisco. Yeah, no. It's a little tiny subdivision of L.A. City. So no, Brentwood and SoCal is a little subdivision. It's not like a city of. So there you go. Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there's a bunch of powerful Hollywood types in L.A. But yeah, Brentwood is a suburban neighborhood. That's like saying, I keep going back to it. It's that's like saying the Mission District or the Financial District, and you're considering that all of San Francisco or all of New York, or it's like saying Brooklyn is all of New York. That's not, no. Brent Brooklyn is a subdivision of New York City. Brentwood in SoCal is a subdivision of LA. So it's not an actual city per se. There we go. Oh, Metro LA and the Pacific Coast. Um who on the Pacific Coast are troublemakers, Brian? I mean, we have our usual suspects of Pacific Coast troublemakers, but yeah, Metro LA, Metro Sacramento, biggest part. Metro Bay Area, absolutely, yeah. Those are the worse off areas for sure. Let's see here. Yeah, Dave, the Inland Empire's nice. I want to go a little further east, though. If I were to do something down there, I'd go a little further east, out into the actual desert, but into the high desert, not not that low lying stuff. People think the SF East Bay is a sub of SF. The key is if it's in the same county. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the East Bay is not part of San Francisco. See, there you go, Jason. You just made the argument for me. Brentwood is a borough of LA, whereas Brentwood, California is its own city in Northern California. So, there you go. Let's see. How's the YouTube 3,000 hour milestone looking? Well, let's take a look at that. Let's see here. There's. Oh, come on. I want to bring you down. Oh, I have to interact with it, I guess. I guess it didn't, which means I have to turn off the crop pad filter, which means a whole bunch of stuff shows up. And then I scroll down to here, and then I turn the crop pad filter back on, and I'm actually down, it looks like. Let me hit the refresh button just in case here. Let's see. I'm probably going to have to redo the filter section again. No? Okay. It just decides, yep, okay, there we go. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely down, Flab. Let's see here. I am at 2,086 valid public watch hours. And when I last looked, I was just over 2,100. So, yeah, I've gone down, but it's because it's a rolling 365 days. That's why it says last 365 there, is it's rolling, so... Well, we're still about 1,000 away. Yeah, Graceful, exactly. Like Disneyland is in L.A., it's in Anaheim. Absolutely. And people think it's L.A. But what's great about it, Anaheim isn't any... Anaheim... I cannot talk right now. Recenter, refocus, bring it together, Frank. There we go. Anaheim is not even in L.A. County. It's in Orange County. So it's not... yeah, absolutely. Okay, almost. So this is watch hours, Graceful 4. This is watch hours. So this will go up and go down as the rolling 365 days go. This is my sub count. So yeah, if you do the math, it's what? Almost about 750, just a little shy of, absolutely. So, okay, so it's not that it's, this is subscriptions here, Graceful. This is subscriptions, right? I can't bend my finger that way. There we go. But this, the narrow bar here, this is watch hours. And this is what rotates. So 365 days ago to today, I have 2,086 valid public watch hours. Tomorrow, I could wind up with less, or I could wind up with more. All right, Mark, take care. Have a good evening. Let's see here. I'm missing the sublime. The problem with LA is the rich Adam Henrys that make everything unaffordable for normal people in LA. Brentwood wasn't a euphemism for those. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I totally. Woo! Hold on. Let me do it justice. Shakla. Woo! Yeah, totally missed that part of what you were trying to say, Jason. Absolutely. But LA County isn't even the rich part of SoCal. That's the sad part about it. Yeah, no, not subscribers. I'm like 730, 740, something like that from 3,000 at this point. Absolutely. Let's see. It's also not really the same comparing Northeast cities with cities anywhere else in the country. Boston, Cambridge, NYC, 5 boroughs. Yeah. I mean, sort of. I mean, it's not my fault, Jason, that, what takes me a day to travel takes those in the Northeast, sorry, Mike, 2 hours. So, yeah, not my fault we're a little more spread out. Flab, yeah, absolutely. More, here, let me turn this off. More videos would absolutely help for sure. It's just finding the time to sit down and be able to do the filming and then do the editing and then get it published. That's the problem. How far behind are you, Chris? Jason, yeah, it is better to a degree. It is still about 30 years behind the rest of the world, though. And that's coming from someone who does railroading. So, absolutely. Let's see. Did he finally post this? Oh, good, he did. Okay, so I need to come over here, click the add button finally, and go type this in. Oh, I'm going to have to hit refresh on this tab. That's okay. I'm glad it doesn't affect anything. You got food poisoning on Amtrak. Yeah, missing a K there. Graceful. I'm picky about that one. That's one of those that gets me. Absolutely. But yeah, I get it. Fair enough. Brian, I wish that were possible. I really do wish that were possible. But no, we're not allowed personal electronic devices except in very specific situations. And even then, it's not great. That's all I'm gonna say. Matt, absolutely. Yes, there are. There are a ton of speed restrictions. They're not technically limits, they're restrictions. That's what they're called. So, yeah. They're it gets tricky very quickly and it's not fun. So, Rob finally posted his late shift live stream that starts in 45 minutes. So, I just got YouTube set up to redirect when I'm done to drop you all off over there. And for the one person watching over on Twitch, you're going to get rated over to GPTV. And if you haven't yet, where is my button? Where's the button? Let's see here. That's supposed to be, okay, yeah, that's that button. That's right. Come over here and push the button. If you're over on Twitch or you want to go over there, go to GPTV, tell them I sent you, and wish Nikki. Let's see, I'm going to bring this up again. Wish Nikki a very happy birthday. That is this cootie patootie right there. Let's see. I'm gonna actually hold on. I'm gonna make this super big. Let me kill that. Bring this over here. We're gonna bring up this. Let me make sure I kill the audio there. Oh, come on. There we go. Audio killed, maybe? Okay. Yeah, there we go. That works. Come over here. Let's see. Can I do this the right way? Am my arm gonna behave? Watch me mess up, chat. So, Hey, this cutie patootie right here, that's Nikki. Today is her birthday. So I want everyone, whether or not you're on Twitch, I want you to go over there and say happy birthday to her. That's also that's Mar up at the. Let's see here. Mars up at the top, and there's two icons right next to my name up there. That's Bells is the redhead, and Alicia is the brunette. But Nikki's the important one. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Go over there to say hello and happy birthday to Nikki, and tell them Frank's Rails sent you. They know who Frank's Rails is. Hey, James in the chat. Hey, James. Let's see. Did I get their name right? Yeah, that sounds right. Let's see. Ideally, the tracks don't move. Oh, funny, Mike. Nice dad joke there. Oh, Brightline. Yeah. About them. Florida man does Florida man things. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm behind now. How am I behind? I'm the one live streaming. How does that one work, Chris? Let's see here. Oh, you don't do Twitch. Okay, so James. Yeah, I for some reason I went James. No, wait, Chase. No, James in my head, and that's how it happened. So there you go. But for those that do have Twitch, go say happy birthday to Nikki, and lots of fun. Wait, my YouTube is still showing a BlackRock reference? It shouldn't be. Twitch is having issues with my YouTube. It's still showing a BlackRock. It shouldn't be. Right now, it should be showing my ugly mug and chat in my default screen. That's what it should be showing. Okay, let's just switch over here real quick. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's showing up right. So, yeah, the one directly across from me here, that's Nikki. Here, I make myself bigger again. Here we go. So, this is Nikki. Today's her birthday, and they're playing Left 4 Dead 2. That's Mar, and up over in this corner, ooh, too big Frank, but okay. That's Belle's icon, because she's on a different computer, and that's Alicia's icon. And the four of them, all together, are playing Left 4 Dead 2 right now, and yeah, so it's Nikki's birthday. There we go. All right, Jason, have a good evening. Always good to have you in there. Graceful, they are multifaceted. They are not just gamers. They do just hangouts like this and have fun. Some days. So like the other day, Mar, the one up in the top corner there, it was her 2-year anniversary at GPTV. And they just hung out, had fun, did whatever. Today's Nikki's birthday, so they hung out for a little bit, and then they started playing Left 4 Dead 2. They have a bunch of YouTube videos, and everything's linked over on their Twitch. So if you click on their Twitch, go check them out. Lots of fun. Oh, okay, your VPN glitched. It wasn't me. Okay, good. Well, I showed you again just because then. Graceful, let me put it this way. Nikki is somewhere near my age. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. So you could be like a grandmother to her, or a mother, or maybe a sister too. But absolutely, yeah. So grandmother. Yeah, maybe depends upon when in life things happened. Absolutely. All right, Mike, 73. Good to have you in here. And yeah, it's about time. I was going to go to about 30 past with my stream, give you guys some time to get all turned around and everything for Digital Ranchers live stream in a little bit here. So I will. Let's see. I'm going to come back over here. Remember, folks, whenever I'm live, if I can get over the microphone, I am always in my Discord server in livestream dash chat. And just like over at HRCC, over on Josh's After Chat, you can come on in. You can say hello and get out onto the live stream. Absolutely. So, although I do have to change a couple things, but it's back end stuff I have to worry about. So there you go. Let's see. Oh, Jason, that's going back a little way. Jack and Joe. Oh boy, yeah, that's going back just a little bit. Absolutely. Well, this has always been fun. Next week. Let's see. Yeah, it is next week. Next week, it's going to be a very busy Friday night. Those guys in the Northeast have, and Mike's already gone here, so they have a giving thanks and having drinks happy hour live, which is going to roll right into Fridays with Frank, and I'm just going to roll everything into Digital Rancher. So next Friday, stick around and enjoy the multi-hour and multi-challenging live stream setup across three. Well, let's see here. That's their happy hour is going to be on what? 1, 2, 3, 4 different channels. So if you're on any of those channels next week, roll on over to my live stream, have fun here, and I'll roll you into Rob's channel. Because, you gotta have the late shift. Alright, let me get set up here. Why is this not showing my usual stuff? Jeez. Okay. Where is... Okay. I'm going to have to do it a different way then. That's okay. Let's see. Alright, folks. Well, with that, are there any last fun or interesting questions that you might want to ask me in the last minute or so here? Maybe I'll end it a minute or two early and let you guys go get stuff and get ready for Rob's live stream as I'm watching Cheapy TV play Left 4 Dead 2 over here on the iPhone. And yes, go say hello to them and wish Nikki a happy birthday. All right, Flab's out of here. Matt's out of here. Yeah, I think we're going to call it good at this point. Contacts and noise floor, Matt? Really? I think you'd want your noise floor to be low. That way you hear all the signals. Well, with that, Sony 3, and hold on, y'all. Go wish happy birthday to Nikki. I insist. Later!